Hello, everybody. Good morning. Good morning to New Juice, Fantasy, Necromancer, Marinai. Hi. How you doing? Did you guys have a good weekend? I hope you had a good weekend. Sorry I couldn't have stream yesterday. I had to do adult stuff. Fix my life. I have an orange flavored drink with me today. I had purple drink and then I made blue drink, and blue drink smelled awful to the point where I was like, this isn't gonna work, so I had to throw out blue drink. But that's okay because it's just garbage anyways. Hi. I'll go, dude! Ew. Concussion first thing in the morning, thanks, Mew Juice. You had a rough weekend and you're sleepy? Oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Thanks, Neff. Thanks for the streach and the hydrate and the posture check on Shrimp Thine Spines Fantasy. Make sure you get some rest. Also, it's like 8,000 degrees in here. It's all fixed up now. Turns out that on my record, my mother's maiden name was put in incorrectly, which is not surprising. It's exactly what I thought was the problem, even though the lady on the phone, was like, oh, well, they could have, put in the birth date incorrectly, switching the month and the day and putting it in the wrong field. And I'm like, okay, so she's strongly hinting at that, so maybe I'm wrong. But no, I was right. Yes, unshrimp thine spines. Make sure you stretch. I've got 2 hydras to fill up. I'm gonna stretch first. There. It's just a light stretch right now. Oh my god, it is so hot. What is the temperature for today, guys? What is it gonna be? It's 16 already, with it looks like a high of 24. 22 feels like 24 degrees centigrade. Let's try to spell properly as we send a message to someone. Cheese. I need to remind him to show up to my streams because otherwise he doesn't. Alright. You're medium fighting a headache. Drink some water. Make sure you get some salt. And take an Advil.
Necromancer Dark has given $100.
I need a button that makes dial-up noises. Necromancer, it's too early in the morning for this! Thank you. Fantasy, good luck with that. I don't know what to do. I ate 2 pieces of toast yesterday, and that's all I ate. But I also, I got home after doing my thing. I got home after doing my thing. It's raining cats now. And then I just slept. I slept until 4 this morning. And I got up for 2 hours and then went back to sleep again. But good luck with the food. I hope maybe you can acquire some from somewhere. If you know people, maybe ask for help locally. I don't know. Stuff is tough. Things are tough. Things are really, really hard right now for everybody. I was lucky enough to get my bus ride totally for free yesterday. So I need to find some way to pay that forward a little bit. Just it saved me like $8 or $9 yesterday. I still had to put $20 on my stupid bus card, but my ring light is blinding me. It's never too early to be evil. Yeah, I guess. Evil in the best possible ways. Yeah, sorry, I'm in shock. Yeah, no, I don't. You just, I just need a button that makes the dial-up noises. Why can't you use the emotes from another streamer? Sorry, I choked on my drink. First hydrate. Gone wrong. Oh. Ah. It's okay. I died a long time ago. It's fine. It's just pain and suffering now. Why can't you use emotes from another streamer? Are you subscribed to them? Because I think you could only use follower emotes on someone's actual stream. So like the meow love. Yeah, I know. Tesla's in my window. He's not eating. No. There's like this little pocket in my throat where the orange drink is sitting. It's the revenge of the blue drink. I'm gonna mute for a second. This is hydrate number 2. The blue drink got revenge on me through the orange one. I told you I died a long time ago. This is just suffering. Why is it just sitting there? Ow! God damn it, guys! I'm fine. Here's the third hydrate. Breathe through the nose. Ah! Wow, what a way to come back from the weekend. Here's the fourth hydrate. And now my nose is running. I'm gonna mute again. Yeah, don't be so excited that you inhale your drink. We all hydrate until drowning improves. Yeah, really. Oh. Oh my goodness. Tesla, are you off to consume the rest of your kibble? He was sitting in my window. Okay. Air is making its way into my lungs. As you can see, I started another practice portrait over the weekend. Yeah, I know. I'll be fine, guys. It's alright. I'm gonna have to take an Advil from the coughing now. Tesla, why have you not eaten? I know you haven't eaten. Oh my god, cat. Do I have to put your food in the windowsill? Come here. You just want to eat the sun, don't you? Eat a sweet nugget to 3-bean salad. Here. A windowsill breakfast. By the dubious sunlight. Oh, hi. Nope, he didn't want to eat there. Immediately jumped down. Nugget, here. Oh my god, this cat. I worry about him. But then again, when the temperature, like, does this yo-yo thing where it's like really cold and then really hot. He never eats. On top of the already not eating. But he's so tiny already. And I'm a little bit paranoid because, like, before Atlas had his heart attack or whatever it was, like, he was looking really thin. So I think it wasn't just a heart attack. I think he probably had cancer that we didn't know about. Because he got really thin. And I was like, oh, he's looking a bit skinny. And then, like a couple months later, he was gone. So when I see Tesla looking a little bit skinny, I'm just like, no. This is my version of the trauma. But also, like, the other 3 cats are so fucking huge. Like, like Mathis is 16.5 pounds, right? And he's not even really fat. Like, he's a little bit chunky, but no, he's just a big cat. And then the brothers, the kittens, they're less than, well, no, they're a year old now. They're slightly over a year old. And they're still filling out. River is long and gangly. And Velcro is, like, wide and plush. Okay. Putting Tesla's bowl next to me seems to work for him. When it gets too hot, she doesn't want to eat. Yeah. Yeah, I don't think cats really like the temperature shifts. Oh, I might have to take an Advil. Let's bring up the one I was doing on Friday, the picture. I think it was this one that I'd started. There's another one I have too that I was working on. I was struggling with this one greatly. You good, Nugget? Okay, yeah, he's not gonna eat anymore. I have to go let Mathis out, and then we can get on with things. Oh, well. Why you do this? Oh, my neck is broken. Oh, let's fix it. Oh, hi. Why do you do that when I'm away, Necromancer? Okay. I'm alive, I swear. Why am I, like, weirdly off-center? What is up with this? Hold on. How do I fix this? Is it... Which key is it? Do I have to hold? To move my avatar? Not that one. This one. There we go. And now I'm even more off-center the other way. Whatever. It's good. It's fine. Here's your one hydrate. And there's your other hydrate. And doing these portrait practices is really making me want to redo your whole painting, Necromancer. It's driving me nuts. Right. Let's put our window at the right size. Right. Debating on taking some Advil now because the coughing gave me a headache because my blood pressure is apparently like insanely high all the time. Apparently the ADHD medication gives me high blood pressure. I don't want to die. But I also want my brain to function. I just need to lose weight. Just need to stop eating. I'll fix it. Oh, okay. Took some Advil. I took the maracas before stream. So, maraca time already happened. Sorry, guys. There we go. I think it's finally I think it's finally out of my lungs. There was like this little pocket in the back of my throat where some of the drink was sitting. You know, the little flap that goes in over your trachea. Sometimes if you inhale liquids, it feels like it's just sitting there. Yeah. Yeah, that's what was happening. Whew. Just drank a whole glass of water. Now you have to make sure you get some salt. Where's my salt? Here's my salt. Do I need salt? We'll find out. Maybe a little bit. Not too much, though. Nah. There we go. When the salt starts tasting salty, that's when you don't need salt. But if you taste salt, and it's like, it's sweet, and you feel like you want more of it, you clearly need salt. Okay. Fantasy. I hope you get some good sleep. Like I said on my Blue Sky, I think I was just like really stressed about what was wrong with my social insurance stuff, so like I wasn't sleeping over the weekend. My sleep schedule is all worse than normal, which is pretty bad. And yesterday after I got back, I just like slept the whole time. So yeah, this was the piece we were working on Friday, and I finished it. Whew. I have learned that part of the problem I'm having around with the lips tends to be my round mixing brush is just the wrong brush for it. So sometimes you just need the right brush. So I switched to the airbrush for smoothing out the lips and other bits of shadow that I seem to struggle with the most. And it tends to really help. This one, this picture, I have done the face like 6 times. And I don't know what it is, but I just can't seem to get it right. Particularly around the nose. I know there isn't any of this yellow around the nose, so... But yeah, doing these portrait studies just makes me want to redo Necromancer's whole painting. I keep going back to Necromancer's painting, and I'm just like, this whole thing is wrong. Well, it's not. Like, it's good. It's good. The nose still bothers me. The nose still bothers me. I haven't got the nose right. That's what we're gonna do later. And I find like this area around here, like around the philtrum and the lips, is the part I have the most trouble with. I don't know why it's so problematic for me, but I have trouble resolving that. The way that the face opens. It's kind of weird to say it that way, but yes, the way the face opens around the lips. Because it's so flexible. It's kind of weird to... It's hard to put into words. I mean, this is better than I was doing over the weekend with this one. Too far over. See, her eye kind of has like this curve, like this, and then goes back this way. 'Cause shapes, I guess. This is what I get for never formally studying things. I have all of my old bad habits that I have to get rid of. And also we're back to truck noises. She has a very pronounced chin, too. Actually, her whole face is very angular. It's quite nice, actually. Yes, there is another commission. Breakfast acquired, beverage poured, pills taken. When you miss me, choking to death. That's about it. This is still quite a bit further in. Oh, that's probably why I put her eye at the wrong spot. Yeah, I don't know. I still have a tendency to make the eyes very big. That's the anime tendency. Shuffle things around until I feel they're right. Mostly I want to do these portrait practices so that I can do a better job for the people I take on portrait commissions for. Because I feel like I'm not doing their characters justice with my lack of skill. So I want to be better. And I also want to be better at light and color and shadow, so that I can do the best job possible. I wonder if a Lark Town is considered a resort or a campground. Yeah, I agree with Necromancer, it's a campground. Because even, like, glamping sites are considered campgrounds. even though they're kind of like a hotel in a way. They're still considered campgrounds because they're outdoors. Some campgrounds have permanent structures. Like, there will always be some form of structure for campgrounds. I think I put the lips too high again. That sneaky filter. This always looks so weird until I get it right. But like playing around with it in the meantime, it just looks so weird. Like, I don't know about you, but all the campgrounds that I've been to, they all have some sort of permanent structure for guest services. Like, sign in, and then there's, like, maintenance buildings. Showers, bathrooms, shops of various sorts, shelters for emergencies. I hate drawing the mouth! Did I get it right? We're getting there, guys. I think we're getting there. I know it looks bad, and it is. It's terrible. It'll look right in the end, I promise. Thanks for the hydrate. If I draw enough mouths and noses, they will eventually start to look right. This needs to move. Trust the process. People's mouths and noses don't look right IRL either. Yeah, no, they don't. There's something about the mouth and the nose in particular. Like, I don't tend to have a lot of trouble with the eyes, but it's too purple. Sometimes it helps to just do that. Just flip the canvas. You just keep playing with it till it works. Oh, yeah, please do. Please do. I am fine with critique and assistance. The necromancer. Yeah, there's just something, like, I'm not getting about the anatomy right now that, like, I'm bashing my head against the wall, and I'll get it eventually. A bit too long. That's making the mouth look a little squished vertically. Yeah, you're right. Thank you. It's a very subtle change. Again, I have the anime tendency to exaggerate features. Like, this eye should be a lot smaller than it is. want to make her look like Skeletor either, you know? You're doing the 100 face challenge, but you didn't finish it? You should finish it. Thank you about the nose. That did help. There will eventually come a moment where it all clicks into place. Like it's kind of done that for hands for me for now. Where I don't have as much trouble with hands as I used to. It's slowly getting there with feet, but there's something about the lips and nose area that I find really, really difficult to contend with at my current skill level. Hey, look, there's the bot. Change sketchbooks in the middle and just kind of stopped. Uh-oh. There's the secret. Don't change your sketchbook. You remember how awful this looked just a few minutes ago, and now it's like, yeah, it's okay. I had a bad paper texture. Oh, no. Yeah, no, that can definitely, like, screw up an entire thing. If the paper texture is wrong, it's like switching to a new pen nib. You've gotten used to the old one, and then you switch to the new one, and you're like, ah, shit, this ain't working. Start adding in some of the brighter highlights. Needs more saturation. Yes, I did. I took my maracas earlier before stream. But thank you for asking. Sorry, I'm so quiet. It's still not right. I know where the problems lie. Hi. Cat, hi. Goodbye. He smelled the orange drink and he's like, oh nah. getting there, I think. Slowly. Very slowly. This one was definitely more of a challenge than the other ones. And more of a challenge than I thought it would be. I think there's another parade outside. Another protest march thingy. And a bus. Eventually I'm just gonna have to draw a bunch of noses and mouths. And lose my frickin' mind. It's amazing how much just a slight change in the position of something, and how much difference it actually makes. It never fails to amaze me. Every time, even like a line that's a millimeter off looks wrong, and eventually you fix it, and it's like, don't touch it again. Thanks. I'm struggling, but it's okay. You just keep going until it works, right? That's how art happens. That's just part of the learning process. The only way I actually get artwork done is here on stream, so I'm getting better about doing stuff off stream because I do have commissions to finish, but I get a lot more practice work done on stream, that's for sure. And if people are cool doing their own work and just hanging out and chilling, then absolutely, like, please do hang out. Keeps me company, and if other people are getting stuff done in the meantime as well, great, fantastic. We can all get work done together. NB, hey! Yeah, no, Necromancer's been here from the start. Mew Juice was the first one in. Aw, thanks, NB. I appreciate you coming by. I know it's the end of your night shift, so you're probably pretty tired. I didn't have stream yesterday because I had to go get some government stuff fixed. But otherwise, I'm here every day, you know that. There's also a Discord now. You can find the link below. Ooh, nice. You should share it in the arting section of the Discord if you want to share it at all. I mean, you don't have to, but you know, we all like the arts here to some degree. Even if not all of us are artists, we still appreciate art, because artists make art for people who can't do art but want to appreciate art. Just like they make things that we can't. Like Necromancer does programming. I can't do programming. I tried. Oh, I tried. I am utterly useless at programming. But yes, by all means, share it. I have to be a member for 10 minutes. Oh, hold on. I will fix that. Server settings. Safety setup. Is it this? Nope. How about maybe? Nope. Not that. Okay. It's something in the first of all, I will set you as a visitor so that you're automatically a member, and whoever else that was that's in here that I... Who is that? Discord letting me see things. They put streamer mode enabled, and then it's like, oh, I can't see people's names. Ah! There's something in the security settings somewhere. That, you have to be a member for 10 minutes, and I thought that was like a member of Discord, not the Discord. Well, gee, does anybody know where that setting is? sorry. This might take a moment. Safety set? No, I've already been through all of those. Now my streamer mode is turned off. They make it so easy to find this information. You would think it would be in safety, but it's not. Hello. Ah, here we go. Maybe it's this. Ah, here we go. There. They did not make that easy to... Alright, now to turn on my streamer mode again. There we go. Hi, Zio! How you doing? NB, you should be able to post stuff now. I feel like I am roasting to death. I'm gonna move my fan over to point at me. How you doing, Zio? You having a good day? Did you have a good weekend? Sorry there was no stream yesterday. I had to do government stuff. I'm gonna pass out from being so hot. Why is this particular painting so damn hard? I don't understand it. Once again, the nose is too long. The eye is weird. The eyebrow's all fucked up already. Yeah, take that little break to turn away from it and look at it. It's just weird. Painting's just hard. Yes, painting's just hard. But this one in particular is such a pain in the ass. You know, the other ones, they're not so difficult. Why was this one so much easier than this one? And then that one we haven't started on yet. And then Necromancers is just like goddamn noses. Goddamn noses! Scree. Fantasy is boot my snoot. It is the boop snoot. Like the droop snoot. But it is the snoot that gets booped. The boop snoot. Indeed. See, and then this thing, this shine, needs to come down here, but every time I move that, I move the eye. This goes here. Right about here. Yes? Good. I'll leave that there. And we'll fix it. And then we want like this pinky color, which is actually surprisingly purple. Why is that purple? Because by the time I mix it all in, with all of the green in the background, because this is turquoise. This is literally the color that's out here. Because light and shadow likes to fuck with your brain. Yeah, you mentioned that you were getting a cat soon. How's that going? Make sure you share pictures. Because if you don't, I will hunt you down and demand them. Maybe. Truck noises. My own flyaway hair is attacking my face and tickling me! Wrong color. Big truck noise. Oh, I fucked up the mouth again. Oh shit. Let's just fix that. I know what I'm doing. Yes, I do. I want this color. I apparently don't want that color. What have I done? And here I'm like, oh, I'll just quickly finish this one and move on to the next painting mode. Apparently just became windy. Just down out of nowhere. Wind. Got a bit of shadow coming up this way. Shadow coming this way. So let's just see what happens when we do it like this. Blend, 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 blend. All the blending. More blending. this like little bean-shaped shadow in here. Blend, blend. Trying a little bit of this color. Blend it. Thanks for the hydrate. Scared the shit out of me in the street. Untrimmed spines. Neff is just scaring the ever-living shit out of me. That's great. It's okay, Fantasy. The world is difficult right now, so don't be embarrassed. I'm probably gonna have to move back in with my parents. The world is 100% broken. At least you have parents who can help you. Some people don't have that. There are lots of people who have no one to help them, so at least you got that. Don't be embarrassed. Still doing better than I am. Seeing for me, my apartment costs $1,065 per month, and that's over half of what I get in benefits. Yep. The benefits to help underprivileged or disabled people are awful. They're nowhere near good enough. As it is, I ask my parents for help every month anyways, so don't feel bad. Try to think of how to make a gym at the LARP town that's thematic. Just had a weird idea for it too. Let's hear it. I like weird ideas. I'm having trouble with that color here. It's like 15 colors that are all what you would not expect. So I'm gonna go with this one. I'm gonna try and select based on a few that we saw in there. Weightlifting technique posters, but done in medieval style arts. You find like the long side of the rapier manual training scripts. That'd be cute. Very slowly getting there. Guess I gotta look at this, huh? Yeah, that would be pretty cute. Oh, this is already looking so much better. Might have to use AI for those. No, you don't need to use AI. You just hire an artist. One who specializes in that kind of stuff. It's not a style I've ever tried. I've never studied it, so I couldn't tell you whether I can do it or not. It's coming to life, guys. With what money? Well, then it's something that will have to wait until you have money. That's the thing about art. Don't use AI as a stopgap measure. Work with what you've got until you can afford to pay the artist. Just like I could use AI to make music for my channel and it would be copyright free, but I'm not going to. I refuse. Because I can't make music. I would like to pay a composer one day. Until then, I'm just gonna have to live with the songs that are free and cut off at the end. Because that's what I can afford to do. You see, that's different fantasy. Like, you can't get away from the AI pictures that already exist, and like, Necromancer sent me a bunch of AI pictures as inspiration for the painting that I'm doing for him. I don't mind that, because he's, you know, he understands the value of an actual artist doing actual work. Like, AI does have its place, just not in art. In ideation, that's different. Because it expands the human imagination to things that we would not have conceptualized based on the information that we give it of things we have already conceptualized. So like the AI bots that make the art quote unquote, that generate the images based on existing pieces would not be able to do that if there weren't already existing artists. Art had to exist for AI art bots to exist. The biggest problem is all of the artists whose work that those AI were trained off of. Oh, hi, Ross Riders. How you doing? The AI was trained off of or from a grammatically correct sentence. They didn't get any recompense for their work. They weren't asked permission. Their stuff was just taken and used, and it's the same thing that's happening on AO3 right now. Is people are scraping AO3 for fan fictions that, you know, somebody put all of their writer's talent into, and they're turning them into books for sale on Amazon. And the people who wrote them are getting nothing from that, and as an author, I hate that. And then there's the authors who are like, well, I can't do art, so I'm just going to use AI for my book cover. But then they get all mad when people want to use AI to write books. And I'm like, wow, you're a hypocrite. But I'm both an artist and an author. And, yeah. I see it from both sides. Sea Fantasy. Oh, there was recently a relatively well-known author who I don't know of. I don't know who they are, but other people seem to know their stuff. Who was caught stealing works from places like AO3 and fanfiction.net. She would just steal the whole work and go through and replace all on the names, And she was caught because she didn't want to pay a reader to beta read it and be like, oh, hey, you got the name wrong over here. You want me to change it. She just did replace all and switched some things around. Didn't proofread, posted it for sale. And meanwhile, I've been working on my novel since 2008, and I don't think anyone's ever going to read it, so... Reviews! How you doing? How's school going? How's your prep for Conquest? I probably won't be able to go this year. Yeah, every time you think you're crap, you're reminded just how people are. Right? Yeah. Look, anytime I think I'm being a pain in the ass to people, I just go and, like, look up Karen videos, and I'm like, I'm not like that. I'm already doing better. I have to write a speech for a funeral ceremony at my school. That's random. I'll think about it, Arias. I do want to go, and I'm not gonna give up. It's just the longer I wait to buy plane tickets, the more expensive they get, so the harder it is for me to... And then if I go, my dad will be like, well, you went to Conquest, but you still can't pay your bills on your own. So, you gotta move home. It's like, I'm trying so hard! And then I look at people like Cinder from the VTubing community, and, like, she betrayed all of her friends and was a general piece of shit, and I'm like, this person was one of the most popular VTubers on the planet, and it just makes me angry. Oh, this looks so much better now. Guys, I think we've almost got it. I'm gonna have to take a momentary break from it to make sure I'm not just hallucinating. I'll get a little bit of... Never give up. Never gonna give you up. Never gonna let you down. Never gonna run away. I'll just be one of those parody singers. Yes, I do have Velcro. Oh, my drink glass is empty. That is the orange drink done. Yeah, it's spilled on my desk. Pick it up. I might like give my desk a deep clean after stream today. There's dust. Oh yeah, that's looking so much better. The eye is still a little wonky. Let me go fix the eye here. Boop, boop. That better? Yes. The eyebrow just needs repainting straight up, but The mouth actually looks like a mouth and not like they got face. Liquid sustenance. But yeah, that's looking markedly better than where we started with today, I think. Right? Right? Does it look better? Please tell me it looks better. The eyebrow definitely needs to be redone. Or just tweaked a little bit. The lighting's a lot better. It's not quite as bright as I would like it to be, but I can fix that with some levels afterwards. Mercy. Apparently I require validation. Validate me! Incubus needs approval. But yeah, no, it definitely looks a lot better than it did when we started with. It especially that mouth. I mean, there was no face when we started, so a face is better than none. Although, earlier on, it was very questionable whether that was the fact or not. Mara and I was definitely right about the nose. I had made it too long. It might still be a little bit too long. Just looking back and forth at it. Even if you did need validation, it's nice to hear once in a while. Especially when you do a good job. Yes. Even though I didn't need validation. Yes. Yes, it is nice to hear. And like, I want to be a professional artist. I know I'm very slow at art and I need to be a lot faster than I am. That is definitely one of my downsides, is I'm extremely slow to get a piece done. And I want to be able to create pieces that look as good as these do without using a reference one day. Because there are people who can do that. They can just paint this kind of stuff from their imagination. I can see these things in my mind, but I can't ever get them, like, out onto the quote-unquote page. I struggle with that. And for some reason, like, I'm moving farther away from line art stuff, so, like, the mermaid piece that we're working on, I'm just struggling so much with it. I mean, it's not bad, but I keep wanting to go to painting, right? I just want to turn the whole thing into paint. The mouths don't bothers me. Just mouths, man. I don't like them. I don't even like kissing. And he's a pretty boy, pretty fish man. But yeah, references are fine. I don't mind references, but like, you know, duplicating a picture by painting it. Like, I'd like to be able to take probably like the shape of a nose and eyes from a different one and put them all together in a nice composition, you know, with very strong lighting and color like the one we were working on. This one I didn't use any references for, and I can tell because I'm struggling with it. I haven't, like, officially decided exactly where the sunlight is, but I know it's a very clear, bright, sunny day, so that definitely dictates my color selections. And I'm pretty sure the sun's just straight above them. It's like high noon. But, like, I'm not used to doing line art anymore for regular pictures. And then I'm like switching between line art and then painting. and then chibis, and they're all very different things with very different styles. And like, I've never ever been good at cell shading. Cell shading and line weight, I try to learn line weight, and I'm still learning line weight, and I'm still struggling with line weight. People have explained it to me, but again, it's one of those things that, like, you ram your head against a brick wall until, like, it breaks. Either your brain or the brick wall or both. And then suddenly you get it. It's like that one time in literary criticism where I had no idea what was going on, and then I got into an argument with Koneko Chu that night, and I drank half a bottle of vodka and then wrote my midterm exam the next day, and then suddenly I understood everything. Keep in mind, this was like 15 years ago. I was a lot younger then. Things were not good between us back then. Koneko Chu and I have had some history in the past, but I think we've worked it out. Mostly, I hadn't spoken to her since. That suddenly, life brought us back together. There's a story between us. I can't believe I think it was done for users. I want to get better at my art. I don't want to say too much of my life. I'm expected to be on-call, responsible adult whenever I'm conscious. And even when I'm unconscious. Yeah. It's hard to do art when, like, life is very serious. But also, like, I watched a video the other day, a guy talking about how when the world's basically going to hell in a handcart, that's when art revolutions and art renaissances tend to happen. Because at that point, it's no longer about making money, it's about the art itself, and it's the art that brings people together. Like, the literal Renaissance was brought about by, the guy who wrote Dante's Inferno, which is the Divine Comedy. And I totally understand that because I have read Dante's Inferno. And I'm like, yeah, I can see how this brought about the Renaissance, especially in the times that they were in. And they're not all that different from what things are now, actually. The parallels are kind of wild, to be honest. So who's gonna be our next great artiste that brings about the Renaissance? I say it's probably going to be a VTuber of some sort. Although when you look at it, VTubing was like a big result of the pandemic, so like VTubing in itself is an art form. And maybe that's why I like it so much, other than the fact that, like, I don't have to show my face, but I can still show a face and interact with you guys, so I'm not just like one of those faceless YouTubers. History may not repeat, but it does rhyme. Oh, history repeats. Just not exactly, but very close. You're looking at, what you're watching happen in the United States right now is literally like the flip book version, or like, you know, the early moving pictures equivalent to the fascist playbook of the 1930s. Like, that was slow motion compared to what's happening now, and it's insane. You're watching the film version, whereas they just had, like, a picture book and they had to turn the pages, or, like, read an actual novel or some shit. That's the comparison. You're like, watching the Hollywood, Bayformers version. Also, super sad was I was able to work on some art during the pandemic, and I was very self-aware and rather angry it took a fucking pandemic for me to get time to draw. It should not be that way. You know what? You can doodle anytime. Doodle anytime, all the time. Just keep a scrap paper in your back pocket and a pencil, and scribble. That's drawing. Keep a pill bottle with some silly putty or some Sculpey in your bag and sculpt something with it while you're just hanging out. If you're a sculptor, thanks for the hydrate, Neff. Should not be, and I'm told I'm overreacting. Also, I have a brother who's like, "What do you think about the Make America Healthy Again campaign?" Anyone who has a Make Exit Great Again thing is a red flag. Absolutely. I mean, the artistic response to that is, you know, make things sane again. Things are not sane right now. They're absolutely not sane. But we keep going nonetheless. And I think a big response to things that are going on are people are going to say, as that one YouTuber does, yeehaw, fuck the law. And I was saying to my mother yesterday that really the laws presently are just a consensus of our morals that keep people from doing the things that we consider immoral. And when the laws get to a point where they are no longer supported by the rest of society, they become problematic and the rest of society turns on it. And then new laws form. And the old laws are tossed out. And quite often this results in new structures such as countries. I see one YouTube thumbnail going around that's like, America will not survive this, and then it shows a picture of the United States, and it's just like a couple of the red states like Missouri and Mississippi and bits of Alabama, and that's just the United States, and everything around it is not. And I'm like, yeah, that sounds about right. How to Defeat Fascism with the Power of Incredible Violence. Good book. Okay. If Monk Mode says so. Also, hi cheese. It's inspired by the... let's see. Also, I made a sketch of frustration over the election and other stuff. It was inspired by the sketches from the Muppets Go to Disney World and Eric and Andre. Also, hate clickbait video titles. How the US will fall by 2026, or yeah, you know. I think it's impossible with the half-gallon sodas, fat, sugar-loaded burgers offered everywhere. Yeah. How to make America healthy again? Get rid of the sugar first of all in everything, and make healthy food affordable. That's how you make America healthy again. Is you make things that are not carbs and solely carbs affordable. Yeah. How you doing this morning, cheese? But that's why, like, Neff's been talking about this little LARP town thing. Where, like, I'm looking at it from a survival perspective. Where you get a bunch of people together and we make a town or a village kind of commune-esque thing, which is eco-villages are very common now and they're growing in popularity because of everything that's happening. So ostensibly what we want to create is an eco-village that operates like a medieval fantasy historical anachronism kind of thing. Where, like, you know, we have modern amenities, but, you know, we're doing stuff like preserving old skills like blacksmithing, tailoring, and beekeeping. You know, I invite Monk Mode to become our permaculture expert. An anacrosyndactylist commune. Yes. That word is very hard to say. Nyat! Well, set up as a talk show where the host is guest and the guest is some kind of fascist. You know what name, spending all kinds of crap the crowd hates, and the host agrees, but then they're like, even with all that said, the thing is, I can't condone violence as a means of conflict revolution. In a perfectly sane world, seeing as we don't live in a sane world. We don't live in a sane world, and that's why. Yes, I know it's from, and cheese, you can just call me Say. It's fine. I think my own brother would know my name. I know it's from Monty Python, jeez. Declare, sister, everything I posted a song in Sega's Discord under the Music Hall tab. Awesome. I'll go listen to it later. Because I don't want to get copyright struck. Host draws a hidden gun from a hidden holster, aims it at the guest, disengages the safety, and unloads the whole mag on the guest. Calmly ejects the magazine, reloads a new one. Puts in a new mag, calmly engages slide lock, empties a second mag into the host. What? Looks back at the camera and smiles. You mean the guest, not the host? The host is unloading the mag into himself. I mean, if you just ended it at where, you know, you just... The first mag is probably enough. But it's definitely a mark of how people are feeling when the good people who are against violence at all stages are willing to commit the violence. Like, it says a lot about society when, you know, even people like Monk Mode are like, you know, let's just, you know, nix the guy at the top and deal with the problem now. And, you know, I say the same things, and I don't like to think like that. Like, I wanted to be a police officer, you know, uphold the law and everything, and now I'm like, yeehaw, fuck the law. Alright? So, at least Canada fixed its problem before it got too bad. I don't know exactly what's happening Canadian politics wise. Sorry, had to yawn and stretch. But you know, things seem to have calmed down dramatically after the election, which is really nice. Because having insanity here is not something I can handle, because otherwise I will just lose the plot. I have been losing the plot for a long time, and all I have to do is stop taking my medication and I become very dangerous to everybody else. Teehee. At least until the medication wears off, and then I'm just dangerous to myself. Which is miserable. Just taking very small doses. Cut the pills up into tiny bits. Only take half a capsule. And then you set me loose like that one Finnish soldier. Was it the guy from Finland or was it Norway? That one dude with the pair of skis. It's one of those Scandinavian countries. I can never remember which one. I directly drew a lot from the Who Killed Hannibal sketch from Eric and Andre. So it's from the Muppets when Kermit holding gun says, I would like to go on record that I can't approve of violence as a means of conflict revolution, however. And then spins to fire at the threat. I love Kermit. But it's like, I read that in his voice in my head. Finland, okay, yeah, so I was right. It was the Finnish dude. The mood, yep. Yeah, the one who took the week's worth of meth and then just went on a rampage against, I think it was the Russians. They fucked around and found out that day. Yeah, just wait until I get fit. But yeah, that's the sort of like the impetus behind the LARP town thing that gets brought up and mentioned every once in a while. Is like, how do you make it sustainable? Like, what does sustainability for something like that look like? Because, like, I love LARP, but I don't want to live it 24 hours a day, 365 days a year, you know? But I do want to live my life, and for me, my life looks like beekeeping, carpentry, and VTubing. So, like, I don't mind hosting, like, workshops and webinars and stuff. I think that would be cool to teach people what I learn about beekeeping, because my opa was a beekeeper, and both my grandfathers were carpenters, and I've always loved working with wood, and I'm really good at woodworking and sculptural stuff, and I like working with tools and working with my hands. And carpentry and beekeeping sort of go hand in hand, because everything used for beekeeping is pretty much made out of wood. It's two skills that are just perfectly married to one another. Covering his eyes. He's back to the threat. I don't believe in violence. I don't believe in violence. I don't believe in violence. Blind fires a single shot, hits the threat. Nice. Yeah, no. If you end up going down those kinds of routes, you have to accept that you are the one responsible for your actions. You know, I think that's the most important thing about it. Not like the January 6ers, where they're like, we were just we're babies. No, you have to take responsibility for your actions if you are going to go down the route of anarchy. You have to live up to it, you have to own it. Because I think that's the only way you don't become a true monster. Which is why I would rather first try the peaceful options as much as possible. But seeing that ICE arrest of those people, where like the whole neighborhood was trying to protect their neighbors from being taken, I had some thoughts, and I know that if I were in that neighborhood and my neighbors were being taken by ICE, and knowing the history of Nazism, they're probably never going to see those neighbors again, and if they do, they'll be very lucky. So, you know what? ICE are terrorists. I'll say it. I'll say it like it is. ICE are terrorists. Because they have the option to disobey those orders, and they do not. They are the Nazi brown shirts. And if I saw that happening in my neighborhood, those agents wouldn't be seen again. And that is all I will say on that matter. Luckily, I am not living in those neighborhoods. But I also, again, try to go the peaceful route. Protect your neighbors. Hide them in their attics. Hide them in your attics. Full Anne Frank. Just make sure they're not found kind of thing. You gotta protect your people. They're especially masked without identification, sitting in unmarked vehicles, and they don't have warrants. Yep, they're terrorists. Straight up. I'll probably get banned for that statement, but I'm willing to go to Kick if that's the case. If I ever get banned, you'll see me on Kick.com. Gets me how some people are still like, that'll never happen to me. It's already happening. It's already happening to the white Americans. I saw a video yesterday. Some lady's like, I haven't seen my husband in 2 days. I only know he was taken by ICE because I have security cameras on my house. I don't know where he is. I haven't seen him or heard from him in 2 days. And it's like, if that's not insane, I don't know what is. It's insanity. And the fact that there are hundreds of millions of people marching in the streets in the United States right now is just wild to me. It's insane. It's absolutely insane to me. And it's terrifying. And it's like, I just want to take all of my American friends and bring them up here and hide them off in the woods where they're safe. And I will protect them until from my bones my flesh be hacked. Because nobody touches my Demora fam. I have a friend who's traveling in the UK right now, and he's an American, and I'm like, don't go back. Find a place there, settle down, and get your friends to just send everything to you. Just get them to mail you your cat, or transport your cat over the border, or send it up to me, or to like one of your other local friends to take care of. Because it's like, don't go back there. It doesn't help that, he's gay, too. And covered in tattoos, so they'll probably be like, oh, you've got tattoos? What, it's a Harry Potter quote? Gang sign! Off to El Salvador with you. And, like, that is the part I'm most terrified about. He's got, like, a Dumbledore quote on his shoulder. They'll probably be like, oh, there's a gang sign. Yeah, no, that's about it, yeah. It's sad. It's scary. I don't like to think about it, but I have to think about it, because if I don't, then other people will also not think about it. And if we just let it go, it's just gonna get worse. But no violence. No violence. I did my stint in Azkaban. Yeah. That's what that prison basically is Azkaban. I never thought it would affect me. He's not hurting the people he needs to be hurting. Yeah, right. It's like, who do you think he needs to be hurting? He only cares about his pockets. The man has a golden toilet, for Christ's sake. Anyone who thinks he cares about anyone other than himself is a fool. But a fool and his money are readily parted. And I also say that about their loyalty. A fool and his loyalty are also readily parted. Yep. Look, they've been working on this system since the 1950s, since Reagan. Slowly eating away the education system so that one day they could take over and create the Christo-fascist state. It's, it's dark. Yeah. But enough of the darkness and the sadness. Let's think of better things. I got a free bus ride yesterday because when I got on the bus, my card didn't scan, and the bus driver was like, "Oh, did it run out?" And I'm like, "I guess so, but it's supposed to be on auto load." And she's like, "Oh well, get on. Do you need to transfer?" And I'm like, "Yeah, I do." And so she gave me a transfer, and then that transfer lasted all the way Yeah, this is why I try not to talk about these things, but it's important to talk about them. Transfer lasted all the way until I got most of the way home, and then I got to the last bus, and the bus driver wasn't there, and then my transfer ran out, and when he came back, he was a bus driver in training, and his trainer was with him, and I was like, I got here before my transfer ran out. And they're like, yeah, that's fine, because it was only expired by 4 minutes, so they let me on. So I got to do everything yesterday without paying the like $7 or $9 in bus fees, whatever it is now. It costs more in cash, so depending on how things went. So that was very nice. People are still nice to one another, and kindness is still around. So we just need to protect each other. And I think the world would be a better place. Ah! I was hit by a tiny dancing dinosaur, and I'm not sure I'm upset by this. Evan! Ah! What the hell is that? How you doing, Evan? Thanks for coming by. We were working on another painting. We had the mermaid thing up, but we were working on this one, which was giving me a lot of trouble. There was no stream yesterday because I had government stuff to do. I had to go out across town. Apparently, my information for my social insurance number was incorrect. Ah! Never leave your house. Yeah, but I had to. I have to apply for jobs. Ugh. Eat your crumbs. Oh, they all miss me. Look at it. It's so cute. Yeah, I couldn't create the jobs.gc plus account because when they digitized my SIN information, they input my mother's maiden name wrong, so I couldn't create the account to apply for the job at Dairy Queen as a baker. Reject job, become WoW gold farmer. I mean, honestly, it's probably a better living. Let's be straight. But, like, I would like to contribute to society. I'm trying to become a better artist in the meantime, so maybe I can take on more commissions that are faster and don't take me 6 months. I mean, that would be the ideal thing. And I want to create, like, an eco-LARP village thing with my friends. And keep bees and chickens. You missed the very dark conversation, so I'm glad you missed that. Poor Mara and I is probably upset. Sorry about that, friend. I apologize for talking about the dark things. Become a WoW gold farmer, you can benefit society by paying your taxes, not hiding your money off in offshore accounts like the rich. Yeah. Are commissions my goal? I don't really know what my goal is. It's just I started taking commissions because a friend of mine insisted on commissioning me, and then I just kept getting more commissions. They just sort of kept coming in. I don't mind doing them. I actually rather enjoy working on something new quite frequently. There's a cat in my box. Let's see. Oh, there's a cat in the box that came with the cot. Everybody's ability to cope is severely diminished. Look, my roommate, I can't even mention any of these things to her. I can't even say things, like I can't even mention the name of the president without him getting upset about something. So, I understand, which is why I try to keep it to the down low. Time to triple my price? Do people pay that? I feel bad charging so much. I don't even know what to charge most of the time. I was actually going to ask you about that because like, I just don't even know. But I love working on something new all the time. I think it's my ADHD. No, I'm not focused on any one thing, and that's why I like these painting practices, because they go fast enough that I'm like, oh no, Evan's gonna browbeat me into raising my prices more, and everybody who's like, oh, maybe I'll commission you later when I get some money, I'm like, yeah, you're gonna have to get a lot more. No. I never feel like I'm good enough, but I'm trying to get better so that I feel better about the prices that I charge. Because I know I have to charge more because I take a really long time, and the injury to my shoulder always acts up whenever I'm drawing. But my arm's gotten stronger since I got that coffee grinder. Manual coffee grinder. I think that's helped. Because it's really hard to use because it's kind of broken and a bit rusted, so like yeah, when I fixed it I broke it a bit more, so it's hard to use. It's hard to grind the coffee. So I get lots of exercise. Fantasy. Kitten, what are you doing? Where is that cat? Knocking all my shit over. No browbeating, just encouragement and mentorship. I know. Off doing cat things. Well, he was doing cat things behind me, and now he's somewhere. I think there's a storm coming. Oh, jeez, that just hit me. I turned back around and I just saw this thing floating away from my face. Oh. Evan Blair has entered the teaching phase of his career. Well, I mean, like, Fantasy's always asking me questions and I'm always answering her. At least to the best of my ability. And also, welcome back, Fantasy. See, never be ashamed to ask people for help. It took me too long to figure that out, and I wish I had asked the Reddit for help a long time ago, because I got in, like, way more job applications than I ever thought I would. Because, like, one lead led to 5, and those led to more each, and then... So I got in a lot of applications. I haven't heard back from a single one of them, but I got in a lot. Wasted a lot of time. But yeah, if I can get to a point where, like, people can give me a reference and I can paint them in painting like one of these as a portrait without needing, like, the actual other picture, you know, I can just create something the way I do when drawing one of my own pictures, then I think that would be really great. And then I wouldn't feel bad charging a lot. But that's why I keep doing these practices, because it allows me to gain more experience for finishing up Necromancer's painting. And then the next painting he commissions me for will be even better. Well, yeah, people are never done learning, but at some point they'll start to give back. Oh yeah, for sure. Oh god, it's so hot. My fan is on me and I'm just like roasting to death. I think there's gonna be a storm soon. Check the weather. 19 feels like 20. High of 22, so the high has dropped a little bit from what it was earlier. And the humidex right now. Yep. We're at 62% and rising. It's no wonder I feel drained. It's the humidity that kills me. I'm just like, wow. Yeah. These emotes falling from the sky, they just scare me every single time. Why? I see them in the chat, but I know they're coming, and I still get surprised by them. That's the orange drink gone. Lucid
Wolf is visiting the island.
Thanks for the hydrate and the posture check. You just heard the soda open. We're down to Coke Zero now. Except I probably should have gotten one out of the fridge instead of the one that's been sitting on my desk for an hour. Thanks for the hydrate, Necromancer. Now I've also redeemed a posture check, so unshrimp things, Spines. Just, yeah. Just give your neck a little stretch. And wiggle your shoulders, which my tracking doesn't track. Unfortunately. Some fancy American Zero soda from the fancy import candy store. Oh, what kind of fancy soda? Good lord! Concussions! I'm glad I have horns. It blocks most of them. Dr. Pepper Blackberry Zero for $24 a case. A case? Is it like a case of 12 or a case of 24? Because then you're paying only $1 a soda. Blackberry Zero, that sounds really good. I'll have to see if they have them at the gas station. Baja Blast Zero. I've never had Baja Blast. Hello, Lucid Wolf. What's up? How you doing? Thanks for the follow. Thank you for coming by the island. I hope you enjoy your time here. How did you find us? 12. Oh, well, it's like $2 a can, essentially. I mean, that's not too bad for, like, an import flavor that you're gonna get only probably once. You know, novelty is the spice of life, man. I like to try the new flavors. I really hated the Coke Zero XP. The, like, what was it? It was like the EXP flavor, the XP flavor. It was gross. And the spiced Coke. That stuff was nasty. But I really, oh, from the Sugarwoods and Zeogrim. Nice. Xeno tags, too. Yeah, Zeo's here somewhere. Well, thanks for coming by. I appreciate it. I stream at 9 o'clock in the morning Eastern Time. Monday to Friday. Just not yesterday because I had government stuff to do. Yeah, indulge once. It's when you love it and it turns into an addiction that it becomes a problem. Yeah. Well, guess what? If it's never available ever again, then you can't become addicted to it. But if you get it once and you try it, you're like, well, that was a novelty. You know, I really miss the Coke Starlight. Everyone was like, oh, the Starlight's so gross. But God, I love that one so much. The Coke Zero Starlight, the Canadian version, was so good. I can imagine the American version wasn't good. Apparently our Coke Zeros are extremely different. Oh, that's where the cat went. He did go into my window. Velcro. Hey, buddy. in time. I've got them. You need water? Get water. Water, good. I have Velcro. He's a sup baby. Well, you know what? Go get it. Go get it, Evan. Next time you're there, go get it. Get the novelty thing, enjoy the novelty thing, and share the novelty thing, even. Share your experience. What are you grabbing my face for? Hi. You got fur on your nose. And it's not like your usual fur, it's just a stray hair. Only one soul per person. Unless you're collecting them, in which case you can find plenty. I have a kitten. Crystal Pepsi. All I'm doing is holding him. Velcro has the tiniest scrim. He's a very sweet boy. And now my desk and me are covered in cat fur. I hope you have a vacuum, Fantasy. Because you're gonna need one. So much cat hair. Oh my god. It's shedding season. Ah. So let's try and do a little bit more work here, shall we? And when Evan's done his warm-up, we can raid him today. Have I drawn a horse before? Probably a very long time ago. I can fix that pretty easily with one of these paintings. There's a couple that Puma sent me too, of like lizards and snakes and stuff that I also want to do. Well, fantasy, you can always fix that. It takes a lot of effort, but it is fixable. But yeah, send me a picture. If you've got something that's really nice and dynamic, I might be able to paint it. Let's give this a flip. I really love the canvas flip feature. No, there was no kitten noise. You were mistaken. There was no kitten noise. There are lots of vehicle sounds. I gotta go. Alright, Ross, see you later. Thanks for the hydrate fantasy. I'm glad I had just lifted my pen off the tablet. Airplane sounds. Oh, now there's a kitty sound. Velcro. He don't know what he wants. It's getting heckin' windy. get the hiccups. Blinds are just going nuts again. Thanks for the hydrate, Necromancer. And the concussion. Right. Someone revving their engine. Things drop, can't a little bit closer. The sun is screaming outside, time, lazy human. But nah, not gonna listen. Outside is good. It's very good for your mental health to get outside every once in a while. As much as we may disagree with the outdoors. The Remy appeared. More truck noises! Trucks! Big trucks! Big ugly trucks. But don't you buy no ugly truck. Yeah, I think considering we started with literally no face we have face and even shadows on the neck that are relatively right, I think we're doing pretty well. Doing good, yeah. Just gotta trust the process, even if the lips look really strange. Eventually you get it right, and it clicks into place. You just gotta trust yourself. One day people will be able to send me like several portraits and be like, I want the eyes from this one and the nose from this one, and I'll be able to actually paint that. Windy. Alright. We're gonna leave that one there. I'll probably finish this one off stream. But it's got a face now. I'm actually really happy with the eye closest to the wall now. Still not happy with the nose, still not happy with the mouth, and the rest of it is still vastly a work in progress. Thanks for the hydrate, Naff. Thank you, Fantasy. It has a face, yes. The painting. The woman in the painting, she has a face. And since Evan came by, we're gonna raid Evan. Because he's streaming now, so he's done, so he's probably gonna raid himself. And yes, we're off sailing to other waters. Everybody say hello to Evan Blair Art. He is a fantastic artist if you've never been here before, but I'm pretty sure everybody here has been here before, has rated in, who knows who he is. So I will see you guys next time. Thank you for coming by, even though I took a day off. I appreciate it, and thank you, Necromancer, for the very, 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 very generous donation and all of the concussions from everybody. And I'll see you tomorrow at the usual time. Bye-bye, I love you! Right now.